Good morning, students. I hope you all understand the first part of Geography Lesson 1, which took in previous video of Social Science. Before entering into the lesson, again I remind you that please note down all the points in a separate notebook which is presented in this video. Then only you can revise and understand the continuity of the next portion. Before getting to today's portion, just we recall the points which you studied in your first class of geography. We studied about India's location, that is, where our country located and what are the neighboring countries of India. Then we learned the types of physiographic divisions in that we discussed the Himalayas. Okay, let's start our lesson. In this section, we are going to learn the next type of landforms, that is, the Great Northern Plain. The Great Northern Plains, it is the most fertile land extending across 7 North Indian states. It lies to the south of the Northern Mountains, that is, south of the Himalayan mountain. This plain is deposited by the river Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. The length of the northern plain is 2400 km. The width is 240 to 320 km. Its width increases from east to west. It covers an area of over 7 lakh square kilometer. From this model, you can clearly understand. The northern plain, it is located in the southern part of the Himalayan range. This plain is formed from floodplain of the three river system. The rivers are the Indus, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra. Based on this river system, the northern plain is also called Indo-Gangetic Plain. Alluvium was deposited by the three river system in the vast basin at the foothills of the Himalayas. This deposit built up to form the fertile northern plain. Can you estimate the area of plain? The area is about 7 lakh square kilometer. The width of the plain varies from north to south. It stretches nearly 240 km and widest is 320 km. The length of the plain is 2400 km. As I said earlier, the soil present in this plain is rich in fertile and water is found in plenty. Combined with the fertile soil, plenty of water, and favorable climate, the northern plain is one of the world's most intensively formed area. Because of this reason, it is most densely populated area in country. Did you know not just in India, it is one of the most populated area on earth. Let's see again the river system. It helps you to know about the formation of northern plain. The river coming from the northern mountain carry a huge load of eroded soil and debris. As the river flows down to the plain, the velocity, that is, the speed decreases. So, the material carried by the river gets deposited on the way. These deposits create riverine island. For example, the Brahmaputra river going through Assam formed an island called Majuli, the largest inhabited river island in the world. The speed of the river reduces further as they go downstream due to deposition of materials. This river divides various channels. These channels are called distributaries. The sediments from mouth of all the distributaries collect to form delta. For example, the Ganga Brahmaputra delta is an important delta in northern plain. Next, the northern plain is divided into three main parts. Starting from the top, the western, the middle part, and the eastern part. First, we see the western part. The western part is formed by the river Indus and their tributaries. And the tributaries are the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Beas, the Sutlej. This river lies in the fertile land of Punjab. So, this Indus plain is also called Punjab plain. Look at the map. The major portion of this plain lies in Pakistan. Did you know the Punjab is made of two words? Panch means 5. Ab means river. Because of the flowing of 5 rivers, it is named as Punjab. This region is dominated by Doab. Do means two and Ab means water. So, Doab region means a piece of land is drained by two water bodies. For example, Jet's Doab is located between the river Jhelum and Chenab. Next, we will see about the middle part, that is Ganga plain, which lies between the Gahara and Tista river. The Ganga plain covers Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. Last, the eastern part is called Brahmaputra plain. This plain lies in Assam state. Okay, let's see which states of India are covered by the northern plain. That is Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Assam. Do you think that all the plains are uniform flat land? Absolutely not. There is some variation in northern plain. Based on the variation, it is divided into the Babar plain, the Tarai plain, the Bangar plain, and Khadar plain. First, we see the Babar plain. This plain is made up of gravels or pebbles, sediments deposited by the Himalayan river. The porosity which means tiny holes which allow the water to go inside the land is high. Because of the high porosity, most of the small streams flow over this region disappear. So this plain is not suitable for cultivation. Only big trees with large roots thrive in this region. Next, Tare Trap. It lies to the south of Babar Plain. This plain is a zone of excessive dampness, thick forest, and rich wildlife exist. But later, this region have been cleared for cultivation. Next is Bangar Plain. It is the largest part of the northern plain and it is formed by the older alluvium. This land lies above the flood limit of the river, so it display or terrace-like appearance. This soil is dark in color, rich in humus, well drained, and also useful for agriculture. The fourth region is Khadar Plain. These tracts are enriched by fresh deposits of silt every year during rainy season. So, this region is suitable for agriculture. Just we recall the points. The Babar Plain. It is made up of gravels and sediments deposited by the Himalayan river. The porosity is high, so small streams flow over this region gets disappear. This plain is not suitable for cultivation. Only big trees with large roots thrive in this region. Next, the Tare Tract. It is a zone of excessive dampness, thick forest, and rich wildlife. Next, the Bangar Plain. This soil is dark in color, rich in humus content, well drained, and it is very useful for agriculture. Next, the Khadar Plain. It is also called Bedland. This land consists of sand, silt, clay, and mud. So, it is a highly fertile sand. Last one is Delta Plain. So, the end of the distributor is that plains is called delta. The uplands are called chars. The marshy areas are called bills. Okay, students, today's portion is over. In next class, we will see about the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plain, and island. Just note down all the points and doubts and clarify your doubts on when school reopens. Thank you, children.